opportunity to thank our sponsors for In the City con Christi. And today we have Urbe University, La Ceiba Tire Shop, and Elite Press Dry Cleaners. Thank you for investing in the greatest place to live, work, learn, and play, Doral. Hi, Doral. I'm your mayor, Christi Fraga, with a new episode of In the City con Christi. And we're doing a special episode for Mother's Day. And of course, for Mother's Day, who else could I invite other than my own mother, who's here with us today, a very special guest, my mom, Nelcy Vicente, who's also a Doral resident, but in Valentine's 2 years ago, I invited my husband so that you all got to know a little bit more of the personal side of Christi Fraga. And that was a really fun episode. So today I challenged my mom to come on the podcast, also known as my sister, because everybody thinks that she's my sister versus my mom because we look a lot alike. So hi, Mom.
Hi, Christi.
Are you excited to be on the podcast?
Not really.
Yeah. Yeah. Gave us said the same thing. So I thought this would be a really fun way to let people get to know me on a personal level. But for Mother's Day, it's also a great way to talk about motherhood. Motherhood has changed a lot from when you were raising me. I guess when you never stopped raising me, because the truth is, you never really stop raising your kids. And we're together a lot. My mom lives in Doral. She's right across the street from me, so we're very close. And my son is there all the time. But I thought, what a great way to talk about how we have learned to raise our children in a totally different society. So tell me, Mom, a little bit, how was it to be a mom in the 90s, and how different do you see it today for today's moms?
Well, I see it very, very different. Very challenging.
Mm-hmm.
I look at my friends that have kids currently, and I always say, gosh, I am so happy that I am not raising small kids in this environment.
No, instead you're spoiling them, because she spoils mine.
I do.
And I say no iPad, and I say no Coke, and I say all these things, and then he goes to Grandma, to Abby and Abu's.
Because grandparents are very different.
Oh.
I've already done my job as a parent. That is your responsibility now. And my responsibility, or my purpose right now, is to spoil my grandkid. And, he is my pride and joy. So what better way than to show him my love?
Yeah.
I mean, there's just no greater love than that one. So we both, my husband and I, enjoy spoiling him.
Yeah.
And
then I'd say,
my responsibility to be authoritative. That's yours. That's your job.
So I get the consequences of,
Unfortunately, yes.
sugar him up and rile him up and then send them home.
That's exactly what we do.
I know. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, it's a different world that mothers today are having to raise their kids in. We have a lot of access. When did I get my first phone? Do you remember?
Oh my gosh.
I remember. You don't remember? It was a Nextel. That's how long ago it was.
Yeah,
Nextel.
It was a long time ago.
5th grade.
I basically 5th grade.
Yeah, it was
Really?
5th or 6th grade.
Oh.
I still have the same number, you know? I've always had the same phone number.
Wow.
Yeah.
I thought you were older.
No, I was in, I must have been about to turn 15, 14, around that age. But today, kids are getting phones at 7 years old.
Big, fat, big phones.
No, it was the Nextel. No te acuerdas los Nextels? We got it through Miguel. Yeah,
Oh, okay.
the Nextels. So my first phone was a Nextel. But today, kids are getting phones that have access to the entire world. And back then, it was a phone. There was no texting.
Nope.
There was no internet.
No,
On the phones, none of that. And I think before the phone was the beepers.
that's right.
I had a beeper. Yeah, beeper codes for those who remember. 143.
Yeah.
143. Yes. So now in today's days, kids are getting phones at 7 years old. Mine is 9. I've been able to hold off. I think we're going to hold off 1 more year before we give them a phone. Not judging any parent who gives their child a phone earlier. Everybody has different circumstances that they need to be able to get a hold of their children. But it's giving them a lot of power and accessibility to so much information at a very young age that it's created a different world of parenting. totally different world of parenting. So the social aspect of it, they just develop so much faster.
Yeah, absolutely. It's very concerning for parents today.
Yeah. So I am an only child to my mom, but she has her stepkids, my stepsister. But then also, our family is very close. So we have nephews and she's got her nephews, my cousins, and I grew up with my cousin being like my sister, who's almost her same age. But what are some of the things that stick out in your mind? People wanted me to ask this. This is literally the questions that they prepared for me. But what sticks out in your mind about who I am today that you could have identified back when I was a kid?
Well, I remember when you were like in grade school.
Mm-hmm.
I remember
Don't tell people my grades, please.
People telling me that you were always a leader. You know, people followed you. All the events were always at my house. And I would say, isn't there another parent that could take you, to the mall? And it was always at our house. And, kids just loved to flock to where you were. And I remember someone saying to me, don't worry about her. She's going to be fine. She's going to be just fine. People are going to follow her. And, I'm going to open an office right next to mine so that she could give psychology lessons. Because at the age of, I don't know, 5 or 6, you were already doing that. And you were always, very independent. And, you had very few friends. I think you can count them maybe with one hand, your close friends. And you enjoy being around them and just, they all flocked to where you were. So for me, it was heaven because I always had you at home. I always knew where you were. You never really gave me any issues that I had.
I was a good kid.
Get in the car and go find you because I think, you always stayed to your curfews and, you had a boyfriend at a very young age.
Yeah.
So, we always did things together as a family. So I think for me, parenting was easy, I think, because you were a very good kid.
Yeah.
She did some things that
that we can't talk about here.
But for the most part, she was a great kid.
I was. I didn't get in trouble. I was not very good. I was very good. And I had good grades and I studied and I wasn't like the most studious, but I didn't give you a problem about school. So you had it easy.
Yeah.
You're welcome.
I think so.
I think what you're trying to say.
Thank you.
You're welcome. No, I did. So, I was going through with Gabriel some boxes that you guys gave us today, and I found, I don't know, like un libretico from like kindergarten, or I think it was K4 or something. And everybody had to draw, like, it was like at the end of the year. I should have brought it. It was like a little book, and everybody had to draw something or talk about like another student or like talk about each other or what they were doing at the end of the year. And at the end of my book, my teacher had put like, and I was like 4 years old, had put, I can't wait to see you become like the president of the United States. Me había puesto like good, like I was going to be a politician or something. And I never grew up saying I wanted to be in politics.
No, absolutely.
I tell people all the time, people tell me, did you always know you wanted to be in public office? I was like, no, I did not. I never went around saying like, I
knew that you were going to be an entrepreneur. I knew that
I did.
That corporate America wasn't for you.
Yeah.
I mean, you wanted to.
I mean, more corporate America than politics.
Well, but what I meant is you had a boss and you had to be in an office from 9 to 5, like what I did all my life. So I never saw you behind a desk. I always saw you, leading. I did, but more in a social settings. I mean, I would like that constraint or, that structure. It was, more fluid. And I never thought you were going to go into politics. And you know what I told you when you came and approached me about it?
Tell everybody. That was one of my questions. It was, what was your reaction when I said I wanted to run for office?
I said, you're crazy. Why would you want to do that? And I think you said something like, I want to make a difference, and then I want to change things, and we said, okay, if that's what you want to do, we'll support you.
Yeah.
And every time I had to go knock on doors, I used to hate it, but I did it.
Yeah.
And
And stand at the polls.
and became very, very easy after a while. But like I said, I don't like to bother people. I'm very timid, but it gave me an opportunity to kind of open up, and of course I'm very proud of what you do and very proud of what you've become. So why not tell the whole world? So
Yeah.
that's what I did every time I knocked on a door.
And what does it feel like still today when people tell you or ask you, oh, your daughter's the mayor? What does it feel like?
Wow, it just I'm honored. I'm honored, and we're just extremely proud of what you've done and what you've become. And even though there's been times where I know you shelter me from everything, and there's times when I don't even know what's going on in Doral. People call me and tell me, "Hey, did you hear about this?" And I'm like, "Oh my God, no." Um, and there's been times where I've had to swallow very hard and cry by myself in the car and pray a lot. But I think that um, I when I see the reaction from the people, the community, it just this whole piece comes over me because I see the support and how much they care about you, and that gives me peace.
And how much I love it.
And yeah, I mean, definitely, you have to love what you do, and you definitely do. So that gives me a lot of peace.
Yeah.
When I hear the support of the community, it's joy, that's overflowing. So
Yeah. Yeah. There's one phrase that my mom never has stopped telling me. Es verdad. Hay una frase que tú nunca me has parado de decir. Cristina, para de inventar. Esa frase nunca se la ha ido. Hasta hoy, since I was little till now. Cristina, por favor, para de inventar. By the way, my name is Christine. But when she's mad, she still says Cristina. Even though my name is not Cristina. I mean, my name is not Cristina.
because that was the original name I wanted to give you, but it didn't turn out.
So my real name my full name is Christine. And I actually don't like it when people call me Cristina.
Christine Marie, which was given after, I remember the doctor says you need to give her the middle name Maria for the Virgin Mary. I remember that. And I said, well, I like Marie, so we went with Marie, and that's the reason why.
Christine Marie.
Give you that middle name.
Pero when you were mad at me, you would still always call me Cristina.
Yeah, sometimes.
Cristina, para de inventar. That was always the phrase. So yes, yo siempre estaba inventando, eso sí, but always for good things, But yes, I wanted to share a little bit on this side, and how different it is for parenting to me. Like I said, I want to support my son and everything that he can do, and with the golf. But I have a great support system, an incredible support system. Mm-hmm. If it wasn't for them, I wouldn't be able to do what I do. Starting with my husband, which everybody knows, but then my family too, my mom, my dad, and my stepdad, really just have been an instrumental part in my life and have always supported me, even all the crazy stuff. Politics is hard. It's not an easy industry or career to be in, but you have to love it, and we do it as a family. We really do it as a family because you guys have always participated, and even at the beginning when they were kind of reserved to, you're crazy, what are you doing? You guys never hesitated to come out and support and help. So thank you. For Mother's Day, I want to say thank you.
No, I think in finishing, I do want to say that in parenting today, I think it's very important to keep the, I guess the word I want to use is to keep the things that have been taught to you,
your principles, your body,
your principles or values, but things that you saw at home, like for example, setting the table and having dinner together, and using that time to talk about your day, and ask your son, how was school today, or what challenges you had, or what were some happy things that happened today. I think that has been lost a lot today.
Yeah.
And your grandmother, I know that we still set the table. We still, she puts 10 plates on the table, but we all sit around the table. That has never stopped till today. And I think that's very, very important in today's environment.
No, I've definitely carried a lot of those traditions or like
traditions. That's kind of what I was trying.
But they're really your principled beliefs and values, right? Your family values. But those traditions, I've definitely tried to carry a lot of those into Gabby's life, and like, what is it called? Replicate a lot of my childhood and the things that I got to do, and like even family trips and things that we've been able to, that I remember vividly as a child growing up, and having a lot of great experiences, and just having the ability to replicate that for him. So yes, and you're right. We've never let an abuela would never let those traditions die. So those are always very nice, and we're a very close family, so it's been great.
It's a small family.
Yeah, we have a small family, but we have a very close family. We're all right here. We live right here in Miami-Dade, and get to enjoy each other's time, and help each other. So my grandmother basically took care of my son till he was 18 months old too. So we all help each other, which was great for me.
It's funny. Last night she said to me, we were talking about her not being here for a very long time. She's 86, right? And she says, always remember me. Always remember that, rejoice in the time that I've been here, because I've been able to enjoy my kids, my grandkids, and my great-grandkids.
Yeah.
So don't cry for me, she said. Don't cry for me.
She's a super strong woman.
Rejoice in the fact that I've been here this long, and that you've had me for this long, and that I've been able to enjoy all that.
Yeah.
So it was just last night she said that to me. So, yeah.
And my grandmother is now, we're starting to see some early stages of Alzheimer's, and so we're kind of dealing with that. And so to hear her say that, and she's such a strong woman. She's a woman who lost her son. My uncle, my mom's brother, passed. So that's
her faith.
Yeah, absolutely. She's definitely a woman who's showed me faith, and to follow my faith. So I definitely seeked more my Christian faith because of her. So she's a big part of that. So, all right, let's lighten it up a little bit. But before we play a game, we're going to play a game. We're going to see how much my mom knows Doral. See how much the mayor's mom knows Doral. But before that, again, I want to say thank you to my mom for being an incredible role model and the best mom in the world. And I am the mom and the woman I am today because of you.
Oh, so
thank you.
I thought you were going to lighten it up.
I was. Okay, let's light it up. Let's see. All right, so I'm going to show you a picture of a park, and you tell me the name of the park. They're all parks in Doral. Can't look at the answer, and you got to do it fast.
Okay. Central Park.
All right. Hold on. Come on.
That's another park out west. Out Glades.
Okay. Yeah, I don't think you've ever been to this park.
No.
It's the White Course Park. It's one right here in downtown Doral.
Of course. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, that's
this is the one right by your house.
Morgan Levy?
Yes.
Oh,
excellent. You got more than I thought.
I don't
It's
know.
the dog park.
Oh, the dog park. I don't have a dog.
Trails and Tails.
Okay.
But we had Chloe. We used to take Chloe. I used to take Chloe.
Oh, that's right here in downtown Doral. It's got a name?
Downtown Doral Park.
Downtown Doral Park.
This is the one behind my house.
Oh, that's the veterans?
Yes. Good job.
Yeah. Oh, that's the one that I go all the time.
It's where Gabby was playing baseball.
But I remember
the name.
Oh, Meadows.
Doral Meadows.
Doral Meadows. That's right.
Last one.
Wow, that's a lot of courts.
Fields.
And fields, yeah. Are those all pickleball courts?
No, we don't say that here. No, we don't have enough pickleball courts.
Oops. Sorry.
Legacy.
Oh,
This is the big one that has the bridge on 114.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, Legacy Park. All right. We can tell she's not a member of the Silver Club yet.
Oh.
Okay. And then,
but I am going to become a member of the Silver.
You could be actually already because it's at 55.
I know.
It starts at 55.
I know.
Which, you know.
I need to look into that.
Yeah. You would have a blast with them. They went to go see Mamma Mia the other day. They went out all together. They would love to have you, I will tell you.
Oh.
Okay, so last question. Who's the city named after?
Oh, that's the Cascal family.
Yeah, but what were their names?
Oh,
Doris.
And oh gosh.
Doral. Yes! Doral. Very good. And what year was the city incorporated?
Oh.
Yes, you do. You voted for it.
I did?
Yes, Mom.
1990?
No.
No, I don't know.
When did we buy the house here?
Oh, 2001? No.
No, Mom. Wait.
2001. I don't know. To remember.
We bought the house in 2000.
Uh-huh.
And the city was incorporated in 2003.
Oh, okay. See, I didn't know that.
All right, there you have it. The mayor's mom. Well, she got all the parks right. So, well, not all of them, but she got them. You got more than I thought you would. All right. Well, that was really good. Anything else you want to tell people? Well, I maybe shouldn't ask that question. Anything else you want to tell people? While we have a captivated audience.
Oh, my goodness.
For Mother's Day?
Oh, wow.
What would you tell 4-year-old me?
What would I tell 4-year-olds?
Yeah. Or what would you tell 20-year-old you? If you could look back and you could give them one message, what would it be?
To who? To mothers or?
Well, to yourself even when you were 20 years old or, I don't know, 25 years old. What would you tell yourself today? If you could go back and tell yourself 25, when you were 25, what would you tell?
Oh,
what would you say?
Oh, wow. Well, you see, if I would have to do things differently when I was growing up?
I didn't say that. I said, what would you tell 25-year-old you?
Oh, wow. Well, I would say travel. I would say find what makes you happy, what's your passion, and be great at it. And, put things in perspective with, family first, God first, family second, work third.
Mm-hmm. So the other day I asked you something, and I don't think I told you why I asked you, but I texted you. I said, what's your favorite color?
Oh, yeah, you did. And I said blue.
Blue. And I said, is there a specific blue? Because that's not specific enough.
That's right. I don't know why you asked me that, but
I asked because I had gone to a funeral of someone who, and it was the daughter speaking, and she said that, kind of similar like what Abuela was saying, that, we won't be here forever, rejoice the time that we're not here, that all the time that we were here. And she said, learn your mother's favorite color, ask her favorite stories so you could pass it on to your kids and, know that those things. And then at the end of their speech, she goes, my mom's favorite color was periwinkle blue.
That's sweet.
So that's why I texted you right after that. I go, oh man, I don't think I know my mom's favorite color. And then I know your color, but
I didn't really have a favorite color.
No, I
had to pick one. It would be blue.
Blue, but like royal blue or light blue?
Like sky blue.
Okay.
Like sky blue.
It's good. Good to know.
Yeah.
All right. All right. Well, thank you for indulging us in this podcast for Mother's Day. So for those of you that don't know, my mom is a banker, very different than me in that sense. Obviously, you could tell she's much more timid than I am.
Much more timid.
But I got that chispa from my abuela. That's for sure.
That's for sure.
Yeah. Como dicen, no tiene pelo en la lengua.
Nope. That's absolutely no filter.
Well, before we go, we want to wish all of the mothers in Doral a very, very special Mother's Day. Thank you to the incredible women that make up Doral. We wish you so many blessings during this Mother's Day. To all the tias, abuelitas, moms, sisters that play a vital role. Aunts, yeah. They play a vital role in the development of children in our community. Happy Mother's Day.
Happy Mother's Day.
All right. Well, it was wonderful to have you join us in the City con Christi. Let's let everybody know. You can continue to follow us on social media and make sure to give us a like on YouTube if you like what you saw here today. Thank you for joining us and continuing to learn about the greatest place to live, work, learn, and play, Toronto. See you next time.